With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Save big during Labor Day at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, buy more to get up to an additional 20% off. Shop even more savings with 3 Stay Green 1 cubic foot vegetable and flower garden soil bags for $10. This Labor Day, take care of your home for less at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Hidden in the fog-draped hills of Northern California lies the Emerald Triangle, a region notorious for its shadowy underworld of illegal marijuana cultivation, rampant meth and heroin production, and the chilling lore of Murder Mountain. But behind the scenic wilderness and laid-back exterior, it harbors darker secrets. Among them is the saga of the Humboldt Five, 5 women who vanished under mysterious circumstances, their cases threaded together by eerie similarities and unsettling silence. Today, we begin with the first disappearance. In 1992, a vibrant 20-year-old woman arrived in Humboldt County, lured by its free-spirited reputation and the promise of a new beginning. She was bright, adventurous, and hopeful. She was eager to start work at a local farm, but somewhere along the winding roads, on her way to a job opportunity, she vanished. Welcome to Without a Trace. I'm your host, Jalyn. Every file holds a mystery. Every story deserves to be heard. This is Jennifer's story. This is our first episode in a 5-episode series about the Humboldt Five. The Humboldt Five is a group of women that have been clumped together as young women who all have similar looks, similar-ish backstories, and have gone missing in the same area. A woman named them this to bring attention to how many missing people there are. Their cases span between the 1990s and 2014. Humboldt County is one of 3 counties that makes up the Emerald Triangle, an area famous for California's #1 cash crop, marijuana. In fact, much of the nationwide sales of marijuana is grown here. Humboldt County contains quaint little country towns dotting lush green valleys fed with rain and sunshine that nourish the multi-million-dollar crops. It's an area that has long attracted people looking to get closer to nature. This is where Humboldt County and the surrounding area become downright dangerous, even deadly. Old-timers say Humboldt is no longer the home of the peaceful hippies and quiet homestead marijuana growers. Instead, it has become home for those wanting to make a fast buck trimming pot plants, bringing drifters and even Bulgarian cartel to town. It's a modern-day green rush, says Detective Chandler Bard of the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office. Emerald Triangle encompasses Humboldt, Trinity, and Mendocino counties, a few hundred miles north of San Francisco. It's a mountainous and heavily forested area, and right in the middle of that triangle is a place that's come to be known as Murder Mountain. It is here at Murder Mountain where many have gone missing and many have died. Murder Mountain initially got its nickname after a serial killer couple, Michael Bear Carson and Susan Carson, hid out there after murdering 26-year-old Clark Steffens in 1982. Seeking refuge in the trees while police tried to nab the perpetrator of their crimes. But it stuck because of the sheer number of people who disappear and are found murdered in Humboldt County. Emerald Triangle is also an area where people go to move to get off the grid, and an area that's easy to make somebody disappear. Murder Mountain isn't just known for its illegal production of marijuana, but also for its meth and heroin production, according to an article from Rolling Stone. It's a dark corner of sunny California. As we dive into the Humboldt Five, we start with Jennifer, who was the first of the five to vanish without a trace. Jennifer Wilmer was born on March 13, 1972, to Susan Wilmer. Jennifer preferred the name Jade. Jade is described as being spunky and restless with an adventurous spirit. She was an excellent student, receiving all A's. She graduated from St. Mary's High School in Manhasset, New York, then received a full academic scholarship to St. John's University in New York City. Jade attended one semester at St. John's University, then dropped out, deciding it just wasn't for her. Instead, Jade wanted a change of scenery, so in 1992, at the age of 20, she moved to the seaside town of Arcata, 200 miles north of San Francisco. She moved to the area with a friend to find her own utopia and with the intention of enrolling in the College of the Redwoods. Upon arriving, though, Jade learned that it was too late to enroll in classes as all of the classes were already full. She began working odd jobs. She tried waitressing, but after losing her job, she soon ended up on public assistance. Jade found a community in Arcata. She lived a counter-cultural hippie lifestyle, including hanging out with deadheads, who are followers of the Grateful Dead band. Jade's mother fondly tells a story of how Jade once asked her if a bunch of deadheads could stay in their backyard while the band was playing in the area. Her mother agreed and said she woke up the next morning to a street full of Volkswagen buses and wall-to-wall sleeping bags. Jade embraced this counterculture movement, trading her frosted locks for dreads that she often wore on top of her head. She spent much of her time at a local landmark, the Arcata Plaza, a place regarded as a center for the counterculture movement. She followed the Grateful Dead around the country, attending their concerts. When Jade's roommate in Arcata decided to move away, saying to Jade that she had to bail on the scene, Jade decided to move as well. She relocated to Hawkins Bar, where she moved in with her boyfriend, Tro Patterson, in a rented house which he shared with several friends, Opie, Mingo, and Rebecca. Soon after moving in with Tro, Jade spoke to her friend about getting a job at the local farm where she worked. Her friend recommended she show up on Monday. So that Monday, September 13th, 1993, Jade did just that. Around 7:30 a.m., Jade set out to hitchhike the 9 miles along Route 229 to the farm. She left a note for her roommates stating, "Bye everybody, went to my first day at the farm. Wish me luck. Good luck to you, Mingo, and see you in a few months. If someone could give food to the kitten as needed, I'd appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you folks later. Jade." Jade left behind all of her belongings, including all of her identification, clothes, address book, Bible, bank card, and sleeping bag, indicating she was intending to come back home. 2 days after she left, her friend stopped by the farm for a visit. It was then they learned Jade never made it. Local police were informed and Jade's parents were called. Branded as a free spirit, local law enforcement was slow to respond to Jade's disappearance. They suggested she simply ran away or was traveling with the Deadheads, but Jade's family knew that wasn't the case. Despite being across the country, Jade remained in close contact with her parents and called her mother every few days. Now, the contact had ceased. When Jade's parents learned that their daughter's name was not entered into the National Missing Persons database, they involved Nassau County Police, who were local to them, and they got a detective to enter her information into the database. Her parents then flew to California to investigate their daughter's disappearance for themselves. Her parents' outrage grew when they learned that none of Jade's roommates had been interviewed by authorities. They began a massive letter-writing campaign to get the state involved. Then, in 1998, a man named Wayne Adam Ford walked into the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office with a woman's severed breast in his pocket. He confessed to the murders and dismemberments of 4 women in the area. He did not admit to Jade's murder and had an alibi which excluded him. Also, in 1998, a young woman signed into an abortion clinic with the name Jennifer Wilmer. It was found that the young woman was actually a 14-year-old girl who used Jennifer's name as an alias after seeing it on a missing persons poster. As years passed, tips became less and less frequent, and the case grew cold. Jade was never seen again. As a result of the lack of investigation into her disappearance, Jade's mother assisted in creating federal legislation aimed at requiring states to report information concerning unidentified bodies into the National Crime Information Center database. This procedure provides easier cross-referencing of missing persons and unidentified victims within the United States. The legislation, titled Jennifer's Law, was signed into effect in 2000. Sadly, Tro never recovered from losing his girlfriend. He became a suspect in her disappearance and was investigated, but was later cleared of any involvement. He later committed suicide. Foul play is suspected in Jade's disappearance. She was officially declared dead in 2002, but the quest to learn what happened to her has never ceased. When the other women in the area began disappearing, interest in the Humboldt Five grew even more. Thank you for listening to Without a Trace. I hope you enjoyed our deep dive into Jade's disappearance. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and follow Without a Trace on social media. Join me next week as I dive into another case.